Well, what is up guys, the Strong Boys 19 here. This is going to be my return into album reactions. And for today's video of an album that I'm going to be listening to and reacting to, this is going to be on a big one. As you always know, that Slipknot is my favorite band of all time. So we are now here to listen to the brand new studio album entitled The End So Far. Now, I'm going to change things up a little bit. I'm going to skip over the singles because I have pretty much talked about those three singles very briefly, like I did my reaction to the Chapeltown Rag. So this is still, to me, a full album reaction because I've not heard any other song from this album up until this point. So, I still feel the same way when I did say my things that I felt worried about this new album. But I am going to be listening to this with as much of an open mind as possible, because Slipknot had made things completely experimental and different on We Are Not Your Kind, and I still think that album is one of the Knot's best albums in ages. So with that being said, I'm going to go to this album. Obviously I'll have to speed this up because I do not want to get this video to be copyright claimed. Let's dive into it with a few words when I pause some parts of each song. Track number 1, which is Adderall. This is very unexpected, and I think that this is obviously different, but this is something to be resonating to. I mean, obviously it's nothing like the introductions to the other previous albums, but this is quite like a slower, progressive kind of feel. I feel that minor edge. Strangely, the chords sequences kind of takes me in a bit of that Pink Floyd type of expression. Corey's vocals did sound pretty nice here. So I'm going to continue playing this and see what I think of this as the song finishes. As I was paying attention more onto the instrumentation, I was really listening to the bass lines at various points. And I think when I listened to the chorus as it progressed, there were some very neat, impressive bass lines to match that control. But beat-wise is, like I said, I still feel the same opinions about this, like on a bit of a Pink Floyd vein. But surprisingly, I don't think that this has been as really critical and negative as some people said it was. Okay, so that was the first track on the album, Adderall. So I am going to be saying more things about the whole album when I'll be doing my full review, obviously. So, like I said, I'm going to skip over the singles because I've talked about them, as I've mentioned earlier on. Let's go over to track number 5, which is Hive Mind. Verse sections wise, weirdly just makes me think that it's like similar to Unsainted. You know, when I listen to the drum beats, to the overall rhythm section, I don't know, it's kind of like that repetition, that kind of same used formula. Chorus wise is pretty good, it's not too bad. But I was looking through the lyrics, I think on some of those sections that this is like not as sickening or as psychotic or as very deeper detailed like on the stuff from the earlier stuff, or even some from We Are Not Your Kind. But so far this song is not bad. Alright, so that was Hive Mind. I think, song-wise, like I said, it's not bad. Not one of those other Slipknot tracks that has given me a lot of that oomph. I mean, stylistic-wise, it is there. It's still presentable. And I think over time it has that All Hope Is Gone type of flavour. You know, like what the outro to this song was. But it's a pretty good song overall. Okay, so the next track to this album is Warranty. I think instrumentally on Warranty, there is, for me at least, at this moment, a better move on the songwriting. Lyrically is far more basic. I think the first verse did come off as just pretty cringeworthy. There is a purpose behind the meaning on this song, but it's just that the way it sounded, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird transition, and I believe that Corey had his own explanations. That as I was looking at the info, it's like that there's some kind of like that the metaphor type of thing of what people would expect from Slipknot or whatever. Not keen onto the lyrics on this one at this point. But instrumentally, like I said, I do like this one. Alright, Warranty. I always give the compliments into this positivity on the writing, as I said earlier on. Personally, in my opinion, the weakest lyrics on this album, but that's just my opinion. Okay, so track number 7 is Medicine for the Dead. I really enjoy those haunting ambient background noises from the turntables to the soundscapes. I enjoy that part, like in the beginning of the song, so much. And this is their return into their darker presence, as Slipknot obviously has done this before, but they decided to take things down, drop a tune this track, and Corey vocally still is very, very good. It's got that dramatic, melodic aspect. And for this one to take things down, it's just that part of me that is like, it's not boosting so much strength to expand in this, not explorative, but to elevate a catchier hook. I think that's what's missing the most a bit on this song. But do respect it, but sometimes it's not like one of my favorite creative ideas, but yet I still appreciate what they really wanted to offer. This is one of the songs that I will have to let it play more times to give my bigger attachment if it would work out like that. But I think that this one was not one of the best numbers on this album. They are still standing their ground, as they've always been for many years. But I don't find that this song really grabbed me just immediately. So, not one of the strongest tracks, to me, in my opinion. Track number 8, Acidic. Okay, Acidic changes things into something that I feel hooked by. I really enjoy what I've been listening to instrumentally so far. I think that this has more focus, and I like when the guitars bring more of that uncomfortable tension as the vocals were carrying through the song. And I'm impressed with this one. I'm impressed. This is one of my favourite songs on this album. I have found, to this point, to me, potentially the best one on the album. Acidic is very percussive. I really enjoy the rhythm aspect on it. It's violent. It's like such a big force. The percussion and the drums were just violently pushing things further. Just as when the darkness continues to grow. And I find this one to have one of the best points on this album for me. Track number 9, Heirloom. So far the song, well, I'm more than halfway through this song, is pretty catchy. I think the chorus was one of the memorable moments on here. Guitar skills, soloing wise, still amazing. You know, I always admire Mick and Jim with their own soloing parts and skillful attacks on creating riffs and dominating the sound. But Heirloom is possibly going to be a grower. Possibly going to be a grower. Yeah, I did like this one actually, which surprised me. Corey's vocals, like I said a few times already, I think on the chorus is where he shines. He's always one of my favourites, not only on screaming, but his cleans as well. He's very projected on this track. And Heirloom is very solid. Track number 10, H377, well, it's called Hell. This is already a violent presence. Corey is going at it. He spreads his quicker rapping type of style as I was really focused on the lyrics, but the way he sings, and well, just raps at these parts, he was just going all in. But musically, the rest of the band here sounds super tight. This is brilliant. This is a brilliant one. And I like that the rest of the band smash things together. And besides that, I do think the vocal chanting from the beginning to the chorus can be strange to me. But everything else on this track is very, very good. I am digging this one. Okay, so that track is, like I said, very good. This is definitely a potential one for hang on. Excuse me. Potential one for one of my favorites on the album. Okay, we're on to 2 tracks left. Track number 11, This Sade or This Sade, whatever. Sorry if I got it wrong. So far, this song is coming back into the, I would say, theatrical and emotional side. It's solid. I give it a lot of props because while I was listening into the sound of the band, they still bring that menace, and the drums to the guitars all really grab you. The chorus as well is melodic. Other later tracks that I would accept even more if I would be playing this album many more times, because I think there were moments where it's pretty expression driven and heartfelt. Okay, so it fades out after the turntable and noises. I was pretty surprised that the return to the chorus was not there for the last time. But the more I think about this, I think I do like this one, and I hopefully would appreciate it a lot better. Okay, the last track on the album of the end so far, Finale. I know it's shame, like I say, because I like you. I know it's shame, but I like you. I know it's shame, like I say, because I like you. I know it's shame, but I like you. I like you. Sentiments, sad things, emotions, bad things, still love, still annoying, the average, the This instrumentation, musically, from the beginning, for this to be the very last track that Slipknot has done while they would later on be out of Roadrunner Records, it's so impressive. It's got that theatrical, moody setting that I like hearing the sound of the classical instruments backing Corey up, and I do feel that there's just this sheer honesty, the sheer personality that this is grabbing the listener to finalize their time with Roadrunner Records in this very interesting climax. And I gotta say it, I mean, I think this is great. I think this is a great song. Really good song. This was awesome. What a brilliant closing track to finish the whole album. Okay, besides that I have said my thoughts on the singles prior to this album's release, that was my experience on this new Slipknot album, The End, so far. And I know that the title of the album is very appropriate. So now Slipknot are moving on from Roadrunner Records. But as an album, there were highlights. There were drawbacks. But I will not say so much about this album until I will go in depth, as I will do after I do these kinds of videos. But let me know what you think of this album in the comments down below. I am really interested. And I know that there are some people that would react badly on this album. But at the same time, at the end of the day, you can take it for what you will. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys and maggots posted for more videos in the near future.